you want me to play tiddlywinks right now, I will try and win. I'm extremely competitive whatever I do. And that's what made me a good sportsman. But then again, it's a sport. Like, I'm not angry with the person I'm doing it with. I just want to show him my sport. I want to show him how good I am at my sport. And if I can make him miss and then hit him while he's off balance and that type of thing, then that's just showing my skill level.
A good fighter, you must have the attitude of winning.
Yes.
Okay.
I think any sportsman, if whether you're running 100 meters in the Olympics.
If you're not,
yeah,
you shouldn't be in it then.
Exactly. Yeah, you're out.
I'll never be one.
Yeah.
Wow. Now, so, I don't know, have you convinced me yet? You know, mothers thinking that this is just totally violent and bloody, and so, good luck, son, but I'm not going to see you fight. So, and when you come back in one piece, then great.
Yeah.
You throw us into a roller coaster every time when you go on a bout.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a mother, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You do.
I hear you. I personally, and this didn't happen to my mother, but because there's a lot of different gyms out there, and some are maybe not so good, and their understanding of training is just hitting each other hard type of thing, and that's how you get tougher and become a fighter. So we'll be actually doing some research and finding some good champions, some good gyms, some good trainers, this type of thing. So your child or son is going with the best, the best team behind him. So essentially a calculated risk. It's always a risk, but the more calculated your risk is, the better your chances are, right? You're not just rolling the dice.
Right. I did learn a little bit from a previous interview that you should never think that you're going to get hurt, because if you do, then you will get hurt. And the sport is, I'm talking about MMA, mixed martial arts. There's just a combination of so many different, fighting skills incorporated into one. That it's just really exciting. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
What's the difference between boxing and mixed martial arts? Because I see that, when I see wearing gloves, then we think, what's boxing? But what's the difference there?
Well, one of okay, so this transitions to so boxing is just hands, just using your hands, boxing with gloves on. Kickboxing, which is more European style kickboxing, is using your hands and your legs, so you can kick and you can knee. You cannot hold. Whereas
mixed martial arts, you can hold.
In Muay Thai, then you've got 8 limbs. You can punch, elbow, knee, kick. You can hold. You can throw. They call it dirty boxing. You can do all that. And then in mixed martial arts, you can do all that. Plus, when you get thrown on the floor, you can continue. So that's where the more the jiu-jitsu wrestling aspect comes in, where they call it ground and pound, where they're looking to hit somebody on the floor, then they'll maybe go for an arm bar or look for a position to take somebody.
I watched a couple of bouts on YouTube, especially mixed martial arts, and it's, after watching a little bit, it's not as rough as I thought it would be. I mean, I guess at other times I've always seen, like, when I turn on the TV, it's already the bloody part, the cut here and the teeth is all bleeding and all that.
It's all blurry in Taiwan on the TV.
Blurred? No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But after you watch it, it seems like it's I wouldn't say rough anymore. I think there's also kind of like figuring out each other even before the fight started.
Yeah.
And then maybe even like trying to figure out what the other person's weakness is. And the first couple minutes, you can just got him down and you win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think with MMA, it's still very much a new sport as well. So there's so many codes you need to know to do it. So you need to be well versed in striking, kickboxing. You need to be well versed in wrestling, which is takedown defense. You need to be well versed in jiu-jitsu, which is submissions, arm bars, triangles, this type of thing. So now you're starting to get the new generation now, because it's been around for like 10 years or so. You're starting to get that new generation that have all those things. Like I've got one of my guys at the back there. He's kind of started from 9 years old, and he's 18 now, and he's got all these things.
He's Taiwanese?
Taiwanese heritage. He's born in the States. Yeah, his family own a business here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got the feeling that at 9, starting at 9, I mean, what Taiwanese parents would let their kids start learning these kind of things at 9?
Well, his coach, Dave Camarero, trains the U.S. Navy SEALs. He has a contract with the U.S. Navy SEALs, and actually trains local law enforcement in the States. And also he trained 5 UFC world champions. I can only think of 2 off the top of my head, Cain Velasquez and John Fitch. So and I've had Dave over here a few times to do seminars at my gyms. He's the best grappling coach in the world, in my opinion. He created his own style of grappling called Guerrilla Jiu-Jitsu, which is a combination of judo, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. So it's,
I get so confused because sometimes they all look similar to me, but there are slight differences. The way you explained how for one you can only use the hands, and then next you can use knees, but then. And then you said when you're down on the ground, you're supposed to let go of the person, but actually there are others that you can still keep fighting. Wow, I'm learning so much.
And being an American-based sport, wrestling is obviously big in high schools in the States, so that's I predominantly see a lot of wrestlers in MMA, in my opinion, and the high-level strikers, the boxers, aren't really doing MMA yet because there's still not as much money in it. Because I mean, you look at the last Manny Pacquiao fight, he got like 30 million US. He's not going to get that sort of money in the UFC, and he has to learn how to wrestle as well. So this is what I'm saying is you get some better strikers at the moment. Unless you get that new generation, you get some better strikers, you get some better grapplers, and so kind of quite often you see, like, it depends on the fight you watch in MMA. You can see a striker versus a grappler. So it's obviously the striker wants to keep it standing, and the grappler wants to take it to the ground because he's not comfortable striking and trading, and he's not comfortable on the ground, vice versa. So they want to. So you see a lot of this style of fights,
Okay. Now, I hear that you're actually teaching some classes.
Yes.
And 70 to 80% of the students in your class, or I don't know, are women.
And local.
Now that's very interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. To be honest, I don't know, because there was actually, to be really honest, I'm quite a straight shooter. One of my biggest fears opening up a gym in Taiwan was great being a pioneer, great doing something new, which is always great to be being the first one doing it, but also risky. But what I was scared about was being a big guy, being a foreigner, not speaking Chinese, having tattoos. Maybe some of these elements might I'd only just sort of get the expat community. And then I kind of basically, that's like 1% of the market in Taipei, and that would kind of cap my income. Actually, it's been the other way around. Like I said, 70-80% females in my class, local people.
Really?
And that was the idea, because the idea behind my gym was I wanted to have different workouts, not just fast, effective workouts, but I wanted to build a community. So it doesn't mean you have to be best friends. I do a lot of stuff where you interact with each other and do partner strength and body conditioning workouts. So rather than I go into a big chain gym and I stand next to you and we spend 50 minutes sweating, I maybe glance at you twice, but we never even say boo to each other.